We're gonna make some barbecue chicken roll-ups. These are delicious. We have a pan that I've lined with parchment paper. Let me just fold it a little bit here, make it look a little better. I got a thing of crescent rolls. I have a story for you. The other night, I actually made some barbecue chicken to save for this specific recipe, and I homemade the barbecue sauce. I'm telling you, it was just like, it was gonna be so good. Yesterday, I was gone for lunch. I had an appointment, and when I got home, my husband said, that barbecue chicken that was in the fridge was delicious. And I was like, did you guys eat all of it? And he said, he was like, no, because once we got about 3/4 of the way through it, I kind of had the thought, I wonder if she made this for a recipe. I did. So we are not making a full recipe of this barbecue chicken. So with that said, we're just gonna be making a couple of these. So as you can see, this is what's left of the barbecue chicken. We're going to put some in each one of these crescent rolls. There's barely any left. I was gonna make a whole serving, but well. I am gonna add some cheese. You guys know our favorite is this Kerrygold cheddar cheese, and that's what I'm gonna be adding, just a little bit to each one. Don't need too much. I'm telling you, this is one of the easiest things to do. If you make barbecue chicken, just save some or set some aside and hide it in the refrigerator so your family can't find it. And then you can have this for dinner the next night or make an appetizer night out of it. So delicious. All right, it is a little bit hard to roll up though. Okay, so we're just gonna do like pocket style like this, not all the way rolled up. It's gonna go on my parchment lined baking sheet. These barbecue chicken roll-ups are gonna bake on 375 for 12 minutes. These are the barbecue chicken ones, and I'm just gonna try a little piece. Although they ate all the barbecue chicken yesterday, so I like rightfully deserve all this, right? This is so good. If you guys have never made barbecue sauce, it took maybe 10 minutes. It was so easy to do. I did not measure anything. I just eyeballed all the ingredients. Okay, the next thing I might be doing is making my own barbecue sauce, like developing my own recipe. This is so good, delicious. You guys already know how much we love jalapenos. These jalapeno popper crescent roll-ups are delicious. I've got some cream cheese here. We've got about 4 ounces. I am going to decrease the size of this recipe. So if you wanna make the full recipe, I'll have it linked in the description box. I've also got some jalapenos. These are from our garden and they are currently frozen. I went ahead and diced them up and then froze them just so we would have them available year round. So I'm going to just take a few out of there and dice them up just a little bit more. Add that to the cream cheese, and you can add as few or as many jalapenos as you want. It's totally up to you. I think I'm actually gonna add a little bit more because we like it. We like the spicy. All right, jalapenos in there. Let's add some cheese. We are using our favorite Kerrygold cheese. Totally up to you what cheese you wanna use. I'm also gonna toss in a little bit of onion powder and a little bit of garlic powder. And also just a touch of salt. You could add chicken or shrimp or sausage to this. That would also be delicious. I probably should have let my cream cheese soften a little bit longer before I did this, but we're just gonna do our best. You probably want your cream cheese to be more toward room temperature if you are gonna make these. My oven is currently preheated to 375 degrees. So we're gonna start filling these, and I have a parchment lined baking sheet that they're gonna go on. Roll out the crescent, and I'm just gonna spoon a little bit of the mixture onto each one. You want about a tablespoon, and then you're just gonna roll it up like you do a normal crescent roll. I'm gonna try and lay it to where the longer side is down on my baking sheet. These are really great for an appetizer night. So good. That one is definitely more than a tablespoon. You know what else would be really delicious inside of this? and I don't think I have any right now, is bacon. Little crumbled up bacon. Ooh, that would be good. These are gonna bake for 9 to 12 minutes. I'm gonna set my timer for 10 and check them. How good do these jalapeno ones look? All right, let's just taste a little bit here. See how it is. All right, these do have some heat to them. If you guys saw the jalapeno popper casserole that I made in this video right here, it was so good. This tastes very similar, but I left some seeds in this one. You got the heat in that one. Oh man, so good. Okay, for this recipe, my son is actually gonna be making this, and he's gonna be using a crescent dough sheet. So crescent rolls, but you can get it in the sheet form. If you cannot find the sheet, that's okay. Get your regular crescent dough, roll the entire thing out, and just pinch the seams together, and you've got the same thing. Okay, we're starting by melting about a 1/4 cup of butter, and we are cutting this recipe in half. To our melted butter, he is gonna be adding 3/4 of a cup of sugar. All right, let's add 1 tablespoon of ground cinnamon, 1/2 tablespoon of nutmeg. Oh, that's probably good.
That melted butter is now not melted, which means the other thing's hot.
Let's sprinkle our counter. Sprinkle some flour.
Does that help with the bread?
This just makes it not stick.
Is that what you do with the biscuit roll-ups?
Yeah, same thing with the biscuit roll-ups.
Open this.
And if you want to know what he's talking about as far as biscuit roll-ups go, I'll have this video linked right here so you guys can see it. How do you feel about biscuit roll-ups?
Good.
You just
I love them.
You love biscuit roll-ups?
Mm-hmm.
And the next step is to spread the cinnamon mixture all over the dough.
Can you do this, Daddy?
Well, I'll kind of sprinkle it here.
Sprinkle it and then you spread it around.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You got it, nice. Good job.
All along,
Yeah, spread it all around.
like everywhere.
We're gonna do something a little bit different than the recipe says.
Just
So let's do it like this.
Okay.
Cut all the way down the middle. That's good. Good. All right, I'm gonna help you with this part. We're just gonna take, you got it. We're just gonna take this and let's just transfer this one on top of that one. I feel like this is gonna make it so it's not gonna like come apart as easily, okay? All right, because we're doing a smaller recipe, we're gonna use smaller pans. You need to cut down the middle here, okay?
Is it still videoing? You don't have to go back and forth.
Just get all the way down. Get all the way down. Yep, good. Now you're gonna cut them into squares. So let's go like, here, can I make a mark for you or do you wanna do it all on your own?
Okay, mark.
All right, so I would say like one here, 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 and here, okay? And you're gonna go all the way through. Good.
started the day and it was fall.
Awesome. We need to spray your little pans. You're gonna take each one of these like this. You might need to cut them a little more, I don't know yet. And you're just gonna lay them in and you're gonna lay the other one standing up. You wanna get them standing up, okay? Get in there, perfect. Yep, it doesn't have to look perfect. It's all gonna get cooked and it's gonna be easy to pull apart. If some spills out, that's okay. Good.
Oh, it's gonna
It's okay,
fall off.
it's okay, it's all right. Because it's all gonna cook and it'll be pull apart.
Connected.
There you go. So we might be able to do both pans.
Mm-hmm.
You think so? There you go. This is gonna be good, good. We're gonna do the other pan, right?
Yep.
Okay. We're gonna cover each one of these with foil. The oven is also currently preheated to 425 degrees. Okay, these are gonna go into the oven for about 25 minutes, then we'll take the foil off and we will cook for another 15 or so. Since we're doing a smaller portion, I may go a little less on the time. We'll see how it works out. Foil is off. It's gonna go back in for a few more minutes. All right, we've got 1.5 tablespoons of butter here. And again, remember, we are cutting this in half. We need to add 1/4 of a cup of powdered sugar. All right, pour that in. We're gonna add 1 tablespoon of milk. Okay, pour that in. And now you need a spoon to mix it all together.
Mix. Whoops. Don't get over the edge.
Okay, we're going to loosen up the edges of the bread.
Loosen up the edges.
We want to make sure that it loosens enough that it will come out of the... We're gonna flip this over like so. And I'm actually gonna turn it back around because I think it's prettier that way. You're gonna take the glaze with your spoon and you're gonna take a little bit on the spoon and you're just gonna drizzle over. Looks so good.
Ooh, that is super easy.
Yeah, you just pull your pieces off like this.
Nice.
And then you can eat it. Really good.
Sissy can have that one to taste.
We are going to make a chicken bacon ranch crescent roll. This is a really, really easy one to make. And if you're like me, you're using leftover rotisserie chicken, which makes it even easier. I have this crescent baking dough sheet. That is what we are gonna use for this recipe. I'm gonna roll it out here onto my baking pan. And obviously, if you would like, you can use parchment paper or something like that. I really don't think it's gonna need it, but we'll find out. And since I got the dough sheet, there's no seams to press together, but if you can't find the dough sheet, you can roll out the entire thing of crescent rolls and you can just press the seams together. I'm gonna stretch just a little bit here. Okay, so this is gonna go into my oven for about 10 minutes and I will prep the other ingredients while that's in there. All right, for this recipe, I have some shredded chicken. I actually did my first rotisserie chicken in our air fryer the other night, and it turned out pretty well. So I shredded about 2 cups off of that chicken, and I'm just gonna set that to the side. We've got a bowl here that we are going to make up somewhat of a ranch seasoning. So I actually made my own ranch seasoning, but you can absolutely just buy the packets. We're using 1 tablespoon. Now the recipe calls for 1 cup of mayo, but typically when that happens, I will use half mayo, half Greek yogurt, and that's what we're gonna do in this case as well. Okay, so we just wanna combine all of that together. And you know what? I think I needed a bigger bowl. Shocking. My husband is in the other room laughing because I just said this in a video that I was editing earlier and said, I'm pretty sure I say in every single video, I should have used a bigger bowl. I'm moving about half of this to a bigger bowl so that we can use it for combining all of our ingredients. I'm gonna add in that shredded chicken and start to incorporate. I also have 4 slices of cooked bacon. We are going to crumble these into this mixture. You can use more, absolutely, if you want to. Actually, I'm gonna crumble 3 in, and then we are going to save 1 to decorate the top with. Let's mix all of this together so that it will be ready to go. And we are going to cut up a tomato. We're just gonna dice it up. And you can remove the seeds if you want to. It's actually probably a good idea for a recipe like this so that you don't get any sogginess on top of the crescent. Let's also chop up some green onion. And I just feel like this, first of all, is gonna add some really pretty color, but you've got some flavor there too. So this little pile that I have here, I'm gonna use for garnish. This one right here will actually go in the oven. Okay, at this point, we're just waiting about 3 more minutes for the timer to go off, and then we will assemble. Time to assemble. Take that ranch mixture and spread all over the bottom of the crescent. We're leaving just right at the edge, so I'm not going all the way to the edge. I mean, I guess you probably can. I mean, you want this flavor on each little bite, I'm sure. Okay, now we can top it with the chicken mixture, and the best way to do this is with your hands, unfortunately. Now, I used a lot of chicken because this is going to be our main portion of our meal tonight. So I wanna make sure it has a lot of protein on it. It's gonna be really filling. But this could also be a really great appetizer thing. If you are having people over and you need several little appetizers, this could be a really great option for that as well. Now we will sprinkle with tomato. And the green onion that I said I was gonna put on this portion. We are using Kerrygold cheese, but feel free to use whatever kind of cheese you love, and just top this whole thing with cheese. Overall, we're probably using around a cup, maybe a little bit more. This is going back into my oven that is still at 400 degrees for about 10 to 12 minutes. The cheese should melt really nicely and everything be heated through. Okay, let's add the rest of the crumbled bacon. And I'm actually gonna move it off of this baking sheet so that I can cut it easily. And we will add some of that green onion for the color on the top. And there we go. Look how delicious this looks and so easy to put together. This is like the perfect Saturday night dinner. You definitely get that ranch flavor. You've got the chicken, you've got that bacon. I love the touch of green onion. This came together so quickly, you guys. This next recipe is a maple pecan braided loaf. It looks so beautiful. I mean, so pretty. The presentation is gorgeous. We're gonna be cutting it up and putting it on a charcuterie board, but by itself, without even being cut, it is gorgeous.
You guys know my favorite way to break up nuts whenever we're using them into pieces is to put them in a little baggie and hit them with our meat mallet. We need about 2/3 cups of pecan chips. I'm gonna add 1/2 cup of light brown sugar, 1/4 cup of maple syrup, about 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 3 tablespoons of very soft butter / melted. Okay, so we are making our egg wash so that's ready to go. I've got 1 egg mixed with 1 tablespoon of water. I am going to use these crescent rolls, and we're just gonna lay this out into a flat sheet. I'm going to preheat my oven to 350 degrees. Make this more like one puff pastry sheet. Take the filling that we made, and this is gonna go down the middle third. I do wanna leave a small gap at the top and a small gap at the bottom. Now you can use your pizza cutter or a sharp knife, and you're just going to make slits. You can cut them kind of diagonally. Okay, we are going to fold these over to create kind of a braid pattern as best we can. All right, now we're gonna brush this with the egg wash. Okay, this is going in the oven at 350 degrees for about 25 minutes. Here is the maple pecan pastry, that braided pastry. Obviously, you could serve it just like this and it would be so pretty. That's why I wanted to show you guys what it looks like. Even if you're not using it for a charcuterie board, this is something that you could use that would just be really pretty by itself.
If you liked this video, I highly suggest that you check out this one next.